All right, you guys, welcome back. Open Mat Chronicles, 1865 Rod here. We're coming back at you guys once again. And as always, we got Schaefer in the house.
What's up, everybody? It's Schaefer in the house. Yeah, man, this is going to be a good one today because got my boy Wes here. It's going to be fun. Freaking.
I was supposed to intro him.
Oh, wait, I take
You
that
just
back
ruined
then. We'll take it back. My bad. Yeah, bring it back. It's all good.
No, because I've been hunting down Wes for a minute now, man. It's been like
Hell
months
yeah.
trying to
Well,
get
wait
him
a
on the
minute.
show.
Then ignore I even said that.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod, tell us who we got today, man. It'll be a good one.
We got Wes coming out today.
Oh, shit.
No.
Oh, I can even say shit this early? I told you I got a keto buzz.
Hard
All right.
ketones kicking
Well,
in.
before we bring him in and show him here, tell us what you know about him, Rod, because that's our boy.
Yeah. Okay, so Wes is the guy. I always talk about this. I'm like, Wes is the guy that, I don't know if I tell you this. You have a lot to keeping me involved in jiu-jitsu, whether you know it or not. And I'll tell you how. Okay, so when I started jiu-jitsu, this is back in 2011, I was more into working out back then, right? I was bigger. I was probably about 200 pounds. I was strong. I was a workout guy. And, dude, Wes would just, like, maul me, bro. I couldn't believe it. I was humiliated. I'm serious, dude. And I just couldn't understand it. I'm like, dude, I got to do this. I got to learn this. There's no way I'm going to quit. I said, if this little dude could do this, how can I freaking not get it? Like, I got to learn this, bro. It
Hell
was
yeah.
the craziest thing. So
And with that
you motivated
being
me to
said-
keep going.
With that being said, Wes, introduce yourself, sir.
Sorry.
Yeah. First off, I don't recall mauling anybody ever. But I'll take it. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm Wes. I've been training since originally started in about 2005. Trained a little bit. Took time off. Trained at another spot. Took some time off, and then I've been back at it since about probably 2008 consistently.
Okay, and that's, let me see, I got here in, 2015, right, when I came out to Cali?
I think so.
So, yeah, you were already back on, you were on the horse, man. You were back.
Yeah.
So people don't remember, but I still say it. Wes damn near broke my ankle, man.
I was
He's
gonna
the
say-
one guy, because I was like, oh, man, okay. I mean, I got Wes by what, like 2-3 pounds. I'm a little bit bigger. I'm a little bit bigger than Wes.
Just a few.
And and he caught me in this damn straight ankle lock. And I'm not saying you broke my shit. That's fair. You didn't break it. But dude, I was in a walking boot.
I remember that.
For you, thank you.
remember the
I
boot.
was in a walking boot for like at least a good month or so.
I didn't know
after
it was
that.
Wes that did that, though. That's a
Oh,
funny
I
thing.
know it was Wes.
That's awesome.
I was like, yeah, this is good, man.
So check it out.
I
He
get
brought one
side
into
tapping.
jiu-jitsu and almost took one out of jiu-jitsu.
Hell damn yeah. Absolutely. So, all right, sir. So you are a black belt currently, correct?
Correct. I'm
Black
a
belt
black
under who?
belt. Got that in 2018. So
2018?
It's been
All right.
6 years now.
Who gave you who awarded you your black?
So I got that at Aries. Casino came down.
Oh,
He
nice.
awarded that, but I was primarily training at the time with the black belts who were there. Julio, Manny. Those were some of my main training guys who really brought me up.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
solid.
let me ask you this. Just get right to it. What initially brought you to jiu-jitsu? What lit the spark? Like what was it?
So in 2005, I was working at Bel Air as a meat clerk.
Okay.
And
For those of you who don't know, Bel Air is a shopping center. It's a grocery store
yes,
owned by Rallies, I think. Rallies.
Is it?
something like that.
Raley's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
it used to be its own, but
Oh.
they got
Bought out.
and it is what it is. But so I'm there doing my thing, and I go home and turn on. I think it was FX at the time, and saw a UFC fight, and I think it was James Irwin and I forget the other guy's name, but comes out and just hits him with a flying knee and knocks him out, and I was like, whoa, this is super cool stuff.
This is awesome.
And ended up looking up a local jiu-jitsu place. At the time, it was Wade Vieira had a school behind Lucky Derby on Sunrise, or no, Greenback and something. I forget the cross there.
Right.
Go in there, check it out. I think at the time Wade was a purple belt. He was the highest ranking guy there.
That's how it was back in the day.
There might have
For
been
belts we
another
run in
purple
schools.
belt, a blue belt, I think, and then a bunch of white belts.
Damn.
tried it out and was like, wow, this is really cool, but I suck really bad at this. And did that for about 6 months. Went into the academy for law enforcement and fell out. Didn't train while I was in the academy really, and then got back into jits on and off that first year or two, and then was like, I need to train this, and I've been
there. It is.
Yeah.
It ever since. And I know a lot of academies, man. They always have like their version of combatives and all, and it's just like, hell, I remember even in the Army, I said they were doing like judo chops and shit back. It was ridiculous. That was before like the modern MMA really kicked in for me. But then when I ended up going to the academy out here in California, we actually had some guys who had been training themselves, and they were actually like trying to integrate it a little bit more. But damn, okay. Rod, I'm trying not to monopolize. Go ahead.
No. Okay, so did you notice when you first started, did you have any type of like athleticism? Were you like, I'm pretty, because you seemed like you're very athletic. Did you have any of that, or did you think jiu-jitsu brought it out, or did you develop it?
I've definitely developed with my working out. I mean, I was always, I get that athletic. I wasn't necessarily an athlete.
You play sports at all? Any?
I fenced in
wow.
middle school for a little while.
Wow,
fancy. That's
Wow.
fancy.
Okay, yeah. He's got some pedigree behind him.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay, ride on the back of a horse with a little saber.
That's awesome. All right.
But other than that, like, not really anything
Okay.
else. Just being active in general.
Yeah.
Got into jits, and I kind of fell into the Marcelo way of thinking for a long time. That like, hey, if you want to get good at jits, just
Do more jits.
just do more jits.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well,
Okay.
I think that does have its points. I think if you do additional work, working out, whether it's strength, cardio, whatever else on the side, it's only going to make you better at
It does.
at
For sure.
doing
I-
jits, so.
That's an argument that like me and Gus go back and forth.
Yeah.
Just do more jiu-jitsu. I'm like, yeah, but if that same guy was able to, lift more
stronger.
weights and be stronger and bigger, he's going to have an advantage, a physical advantage. Like, come on.
There's a dude out of
That's old school.
Sacramento. One of his lines is like, "Strength is never a weakness." It's like,
Yeah.
dude, if you have all these other things, being a little bit stronger helps too. It's good to be able to muscle your way out of some things when all things are being equal. Now, when you were starting, like early on, right? I mean, you're one of the smaller guys in the schools.
Still am.
Still are? Okay.
It's probably worse now.
I put a little weight on.
Right,
so
and we were
I'm a
what?
little
Yeah,
bigger
dude,
now.
you're getting jacked. I'm telling you. So when you go up against these guys, right? What's your perspective? Like, are you thinking I just have to be faster and more technical? Because we had a whole freaking discussion about guys we call big backs. They're just big, giant, freaking gorilla dudes who are they're gonna dwarf some of the smaller guys. Like it's like, I mean, hell, you're even bigger than Shorty too. But it's like,
Oh, yeah. That's true. Short
when you got these big monsters in front of you, what's the mindset? Where do you see it?
So it depends if I'm just there, like I'm just here rolling and having a relaxed
A training
time,
day, yeah,
and
Right.
just kind of playing around, or am I trying to do the best that I can in this round? So there's kind of two different mindsets to
Okay.
it. If I'm in there trying to do a good job and trying to do the best I can in that round, it's about going forward. If I'm the little guy on bottom with a bigger guy,
That sucks.
I'm already at a
That sucks.
disadvantage.
Yeah, it
Like,
sucks.
I'm having to do extra work just to get to a neutral point. So
Right.
Yeah.
start trying to be on top, and if I can play my top game, that's where I'm best.
Yeah.
I'm not great in guard. I'm not submitting
Yeah.
people from my back. It's to get to a better spot.
Okay.
And play that top game.
Yeah.
Try and be a big guy in a little guy's body. On top.
Yeah.
See, well, that's funny because remember Esther?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we used to call her Baby Tank, right? Like her thing was she played a big guy's game, being like this smaller person. So yeah, that's similar. Which maybe that's why you messed my damn ankle up so good. You were like, you had that big guy strength, and it was just boom, it was right on point. All right, so yeah, so it's big guy jujitsu and a smaller guy's body. So do you apply that philosophy even when you're fighting a smaller guy, though.
Oh yeah.
If I'm trying to,
Like put the smash down on
if
him.
I'm trying to smash, I'm trying to smash. I'm trying to use as much top pressure and weight as I can.
Okay.
And I mean, almost all my attacks are going to be top side control.
Dig it.
It's hard to get reverse there,
Right.
and I can
Yeah.
attack there.
Now, did you do much competing or no? Like, because I don't remember you doing a lot of competing, but did you
Not
have you
really.
gotten one or two?
Yeah, probably about like maybe once or twice per belt.
Okay.
that's
And then as a black belt, I just did one like a sub only match.
Nice.
That was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
fun.
Nice.
Okay. How'd you do?
I got the win, eked it out, but it
Nice.
was a good match.
Sweet.
It was fun.
All right, we'll have to go find that one.
That's good.
Because you guys got what, like Archer Suave and some of those stuff. Actually,
So
I
this
think a lot of
was,
you guys just do fight to
SPT,
win. Oh, what is it?
Submission Pro Tour.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I think a lot of the Aries guys, I thought they did fight to wins also, didn't they?
Some of the guys have.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Right.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Okay, so nowadays, though, if you look at jiu-jitsu now, it's attracting the jocks. I'm noticing it's changed. Like when we were there back in the day, there were a few big guys, but they weren't like huge. The big guy back then was like 220. Like this guy's huge. Like Captain Dan was a big guy.
Chris
but by
Roberson.
today's, no, that's before that.
Oh, you're saying before
Talking
him,
about
too.
like the old school.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. But by today's standards, like Captain Dan, he's a big dude, but he's not like huge. We got guys coming in 275, 280, 300. Like, holy crap. We just had the guy that just joined, right? He's
yeah.
6'4", 270. Like, oh, great, another
He's a
one.
nice guy. I like him.
He's very nice. It still sucks.
That's not a fun time.
I know, it's terrible.
I'm thinking, if speaking of that, right? You guys got a guy came in, Jimmy. I thought he's freaking huge, right?
Oh, he's a big dude, right?
Big Jimmy.
I heard he's a monster, dude.
He's a gentle giant.
Gentle giant. So,
Yeah, he's one of those dudes that he's very good at doing the stuff that he does, and he can apply it quickly, violently, or he can just be like, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do," and he makes it happen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See, that's how Trevor is
Like-
too. Oh man, that would be a good one.
Yeah, I can always roll with Jimmy, no matter if I'm like hurting that day, and be like, "Hey, I'm not feeling good today," and he's like, "Cool."
No,
And
Michael's like that. Big Michael's like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Trevor's
One of
not
our
like
guy,
that.
Michael,
Trevor's,
too. They're-
come on, you dude.
They
There's no nice
can
Trevor.
dial it up, dial it down. They can work with what you are going on.
Yeah.
That's true. Now, are you teaching any classes, or what's your role over at Infinite?
I'm pretty much just a dude who shows up and rolls.
Okay. See,
We do have
Student
a
black.
Student black belt.
yeah. I
I
mean,
miss that, man.
it just makes it with my job and the schedule and the I get called out
Gotcha,
kind of
gotcha.
randomly, so it's hard for me to commit to a class and say, "Hey, I'm going to be teaching this," X many times.
For sure.
I just can't commit to it, so I'll show up to classes, help out with whatever it is that I can help out with.
Absolutely.
Although there is one class that me and another black belt there teach on Mondays. It's for police, for law enforcement.
Hell yeah.
And it's just trying to bring realistic control to.
Okay, so like some applicable scenario trainings, like some real, hey, this could really happen. Like, see, I used to do like a lot of stuff. I used to teach like weapon retention and stuff like that. It's like, hey, you get knocked down, you want to be gun side down, you want to make sure that you can kind of get that Z-guard protect. So hell, this is a good question because I had always wanted to ask some of our law enforcement guys, have you ever had a situation where you had to apply it? I'm thinking like, especially for arrest and control, like jiu-jitsu is great for arrest and control without having to like
100%.
beat a dude with a freaking baton or something.
Yeah, used it in little bits throughout just to control people, get them detained and handcuffed. But I really did use like classic kind of jujitsu in one incident. I tried to detain a guy. He ended up double legging me, taking me down.
shit.
Oh man,
I had him in butterfly,
Right? Hell yeah.
nice.
swept him
That's
over.
awesome.
He turned belly down, and I basically just
Hey, seatbelt grip
stayed
him up.
there. I just stayed
That's awesome.
and waited till cover got there, and we got him handcuffed.
That's it. And see, that's the other thing, right? People get this idea. They're like, oh, if you're a cop and you do blah, 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 or if you're a correction and you do yada, yada, yada. And it's like, you got to fight the guy. You got to control everything. You got to, like, choke him and be all that. I'm like, dude, usually you just need to hold them in place
Yeah,
until
just
your
restrain 'em.
backup arrives, right? Don't let him hurt you. Don't hurt him if you don't have to. Be aware of your surroundings. Make sure that nobody's going to come soccer ball kick your head off. But for the most part, it's like you just need to know how to stop people from moving. And jiu-jitsu will teach you how to freaking stop people from moving. It makes it real uncomfortable.
Sounds like you encountered a belligerent wrestler. Huh?
Yeah, the double
Trying to
leg.
double edge you? Oh my goodness!
He got me.
2 points for you. That's why you're cuffing him up. Okay, man, you got the points. You got the takedown.
That's
And
crazy.
Once I got him over, like to get a resisting person handcuffed. That's not easy.
Look, I know,
as
I know.
A lone
Oh, it's
person.
rough, yeah.
It does look rough because I watch those little YouTube videos. You know, it might be a girl, a crazy girl. And it's like,
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
resisting the grab. I mean, if you're fighting hard as you can to keep your arm straight, here's the thing: you can't break their arm.
Can't break their arm.
So you got to put it back
Shouldn't
there
break their arm.
without hurting them. That would be challenging. That would be
Shouldn't
challenging.
break
To
their
use
arm.
enough force that's not going to be too much.
And
Yeah,
it's-
that's the point. It's
You have to
using
walk
a
on a tightrope.
reasonable amount of
Yes.
force
Yeah.
for what they're doing at the time, and it's
Yeah.
there's
that's bananas.
That's crazy. I bet your guy was tripped, dude, when he was.
I
he
know,
got
right?
caught in his
He's like, what the
butterflies to
hell's
get reversed.
going
Like, oh
on?
man, I didn't expect this.
The butterfly sweep would have been
crazy.
awesome to see.
no. It was actually crazy. So I get him over. He's belly down. I think my knees were just posted on the ground, so I didn't have hooks. But I had a seatbelt, and he just kept driving his throat into my forearm.
Okay,
and
right.
And he's saying, "Choke me, choke me."
What?
And I'm like,
Because he's trying to get that paycheck.
and I was just like, "Hey, stop!" And I was super calm, and because it was such a familiar position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd been there
100%.
countless times by this
Easily.
point.
Yeah.
So it
Easy.
wasn't, it was stressful, but it wasn't anything super crazy
Yeah.
for me.
Right. You weren't like, holy shit, this could go terribly, terribly wrong for me. You actually feel like you're calm. You're
Yeah.
calm in the face of any kind of like this, which would be a stressful situation for so many.
Do you?
Same with me, dude. Like I had to restrain knuckleheads in the prison and all, and I'm like, dude, just stop. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're just embarrassing yourself.
But just
right
think if you
now.
didn't know jiu-jitsu, that double leg might have turned into a full mount,
Facts.
ground and pound. It could have went ugly.
And
Could've went all bad.
that's the danger, I think, of not having more jiu-jitsu or grappling related arts when you're a law enforcement. Like, I mean, even like that, military is a little different. Military, I get it, it's different. You're not really sitting there going, oh, I'm going to wrestle with the guy. No, you're
Yeah,
gonna,
yeah.
you're going to hit him with a freaking
Yeah.
double tap and whatever. So, but yeah, when you're dealing with citizens, you want them to ultimately be okay. I want to execute the arrest. I want to stop you from doing whatever it is you're doing. But I'm not trying to kill you. I'm not even trying to hurt you, man. Like, preferably, actually, like you just turn around and cuff up. That's best case scenario.
Ideally.
It's like, what? It's like, really? Easy day? Sweet. But yeah, you want to be able to just control them. And honestly, I never understood. I guess I understand because people just don't know it. Just a good old seatbelt, right? Like, you make yourself into a backpack on somebody. They don't know what the fuck to do.
You know what's funny though, man? I'm telling you, I'd say 95% of the videos I watch
Right.
for these encounters, it's the women, dude. You got to watch them. They're freaking crazy, bro. Why are y'all women crazy, dude? They will fight to the death. Where the men, I think I saw one where they were arresting like a UFC couple.
Oh,
The guy was too. He's like,
Oh,
good,
that's a
dude.
recent one, huh?
Yeah, he's like, I'm good, dude. Go ahead, cuff me up. The
Yeah.
one's like, take it to the ass. He's
Oh,
like,
shit.
I'm like,
That's crazy.
man.
Hey, I need everybody just to keep it simple, man. Don't get hurt freaking trying to get away for some dumb shit.
People
you know?
today in general are crazy, man. They're more,
A little bit.
man, they're more willing to turn violent in a second. It wasn't like that when I was growing up.
See?
I was like, yes, officer. No, officer.
Right? Like, I don't want no
Yeah,
smoke.
it's kind of a shift in society now that it's okay to just challenge authority.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of being like, hey, here's what we're going to do right now, and
Yeah.
we're going to make sure everything's safe and controlled, and then we can figure it out. But people think they can
They would have
argue
argued on the
and-
spot.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't know. Argue with the judge. That's where you present your case. But when the cops are, you just have to do what you got to do. You know, you have to
Yeah.
follow orders at that point.
And don't get it twisted. I also can see it from the other side. Like I've seen knucklehead shit go down from both directions. So, but
No, absolutely, but there's a critical point in incidents where it's like, okay, this is where things are going to get violent
Yes.
if
Correct.
it's not controlled right now. So if an officer is saying, hey, you're detained, you're not free to leave right now, and we're going to get this
Yes.
secure, then you can argue after the
Yes.
fact.
Yeah.
Safe bet there. If you hear you're detained, cut it.
A lot of them are like,
stop.
The officer would tell him to get out of the car, and he's like, I'm not getting out. Like, bro, it's stupid.
Yeah,
It's not gonna. You're not gonna win. How do,
You're usually
in
not
what
gonna
world
win.
is that gonna win? Just driveway? Yeah, I didn't get out, dude. I'm going home. Just eat
Rarely,
something now.
rarely you're gonna win that situation. But, okay, I mean, and that's fair. Like, man, honest to God, I could do a whole podcast on just like legalities and amendments and
Oh,
all.
wait,
this
no. What's the
stuff.
new one? The new one says no. Harold, it's funny. They say I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm a sovereign
That's not
citizen
new,
of
dude.
this thing.
That's old.
It's not really
That's
new,
old
but you know,
school. Yeah, that's been around.
I'm not subject to your laws. Blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah.
That
Those always
usually
end up
doesn't work
horribly.
out well
It
either.
doesn't.
Usually doesn't work out well. So, all right, but let's get back to jiu-jitsu. So, you guys you're not really necessarily teaching a class, but with the amount of time you've got under your belt, have you found that you've taken some people under your wing and you've made them like, you know, little West clones or what? I mean, you got any people that you're like, I've watched this person, I know I've affected their journey in jiu-jitsu.
Not that I can,
Nah?
not that I can attest to and say like, yeah, I'm taking credit for that. No, not at all.
He's just taking credit for the ankle lock. That broke
Yeah,
it.
I'll take it. I
Take-
don't
take that
remember
credit,
but-
dude.
Oh wait, there's
Take that
another
credit.
one. I broke my thing wrong with Wes. Remember, I broke my AC joint. It was Wes.
That was Wes, really?
Yes.
But you broke it, not me.
But you were involved. Wes, we're starting to see you leave a trail of destruction
Telling
behind
you, right?
A wake of
Just
destruction.
leaving broken bodies everywhere.
No,
Damn,
that was
really?
that was
You
definitely. Yeah, it was my fault, dude. I was just.
Oh, it's definitely your fault, but I mean, but that was
That was
Wes,
back
too?
in my drinking days. Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, that was a good party too. We had like that's when we had all the mats set
Mats
up
was at
over
Bruce's
the
house,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bruce's house.
I don't know
Oh,
why
it
that
was
happened.
there?
Yeah.
It was at Bruce's?
Yeah, remember?
And he did like a dive roll. He's rocking his.
No, dude,
you
what
had
it was-
Was that the when you had the Black Panther?
I think I had the,
freaking
yeah.
rash guard?
What it was, I was trying to like roll like slower, and I was trying to do this like front roll really
Yeah, so
slow.
she had like the little dive roll.
And I just like miscalculated, and I landed right here on my AC joint. I heard it crack.
Ouch.
So don't roll slow.
Oh,
Don't let
no.
them trick you to saying flow.
That's
No,
also
some
bad
things you can't
advice.
go slow. Some things you have to go fast.
Oh yeah.
But oh
For
man,
sure.
that was horrible. And
I said, don't roll slow. Dude, you just don't we tell these people all the time, 70%. Just go to 70%. Slow down.
I do
slow
slow
down.
down, but-
Now he's like, don't roll slow.
Roll and control.
There you go.
rolling control.
Whatever you're doing.
You can be controlled and still be at 70%. I guess you can be controlled at 100%. Rarely do I see it. Oh, dude. So talking about like taking people under the wing and all.
Yeah,
right?
for me, again, not teaching, being there just because I love rolling and I'm trying to get better.
Okay.
Like I'll see people and I'll see trends in things they're doing that they're continuing doing this that's putting them in a bad spot. I'll try and reach out to them and coach them through that. It's not necessarily taking someone and trying to
Mold
make
them,
them
right.
like me or anything. It's like, oh, they're doing this. I know they can fix this.
Gotcha.
good.
Gotcha. So, all right. I also got like, see, for me, I know I always say, hey, I teach people to be kind of mean and aggressive. I really do. Like,
That's great.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm wrist locking people. I'm like, as soon as you can wrist lock, absolutely wrist lock. I'm like doing when you do an Ezekiel choke. Don't let the choke slide across. No. Hit the knuckles right behind it. Yeah. Absolutely. I still do that, and I still show people like a lot of mean stuff. I remember I was doing like mean guy jujitsu classes. I was like, okay, these are all the moves you can do that are legal, but no one will ever like you again, right? So I was teaching that kind of stuff.
It's okay to do mean things in a nice way.
Correct, right?
What do we say? You could hurt you, just don't injure them.
That's it.
Yes.
Hell yeah! I just
Yeah.
said I just said that at the end of a class. I had everybody lined up, and I'm like, look, we're all here to hurt each other. We're not here to injure each other because the hurt can stop as soon as you tap. It's like if this is hurting, tap and I'll stop.
And that means it works. So
It means it works.
So why not do it?
I
Yeah.
don't know. I will say this, Harold. I wrist locked somebody the other day, purple belt. Wah, hit it. I feel dirty. Dude. I was like, I didn't feel good.
But you're just fine heel hooking people all day.
There
Yeah,
must be
okay.
something wrong with us then, because I get wrist locks and I feel good.
Yeah,
Okay.
same here. I do. I can't wait for people to get their blue belts.
Oh,
They're
man.
from white belt to blue belt. I'm like, oh my God, that first roll is going to be so fun. I'll wrist lock them like 8, 9, 10 times, and I'm like,
But you're right. There's no rhyme or reason because I love heel hooking people.
yeah,
Like you feel
heel
good
hooks
with that,
are
right?
way neater than wrist locks. Good
And then when
Lord.
people get me with the wrist lock, I laugh because I'm like,
I can't believe it happened, right?
oh, I
we
believe
had
it
one-
happened. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh shit. I'd be surprised if you're getting caught in wrist lock still. Get out of here.
Yeah, I get caught in everything.
You get caught, dude.
Sometimes you get caught. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I got caught, dude. I was rolling with Carl Gosson. He caught me in some leg locks. I was like, oh my God, this doesn't happen to me like that all the time. Dang it.
Facts.
He's good.
I almost got caught in a freaking arm crush, which blew my freaking mind, right? Because I had just taught some stuff that day, and I'm like, all right, now, boom, I'm going to just get out here and roll. And then this kid, obviously very athletic and paying attention. I'm like, wait a minute, you guys were actually paying attention to the shit I showed? Dude, I'm going, I overextend, and it came on so quick. I was like, oh, shit. But I didn't want to yell because that's
Oh,
a
I know what
tap.
you're talking about. Yeah,
You
that's
can't
it.
yell. That's a tap. I had to just dump down to the side, let him take him out, and I'm like, wow. I was like, you're going to pay for this. I waited until the next, 2 days later. I was like, oh, I got something for you. Oh, man, I rolled with him, and I mauled him. Love him to death. He's super cool kid.
That's
Super
great.
cool
I
kid.
love it.
But it is good when you get tapped out, actually. It is good. You learn from that because when you tap somebody else, you don't really learn. You're just
Right.
like, okay, I got him, and you forget about it. But when you get tapped, you go, at least I do, I reverse engineer it, and I want to say, oh, okay, I see what he did. He caught me in that. He caught me in that. You know, I see what he did.
Absolutely.
And then you fix it and you correct it and hopefully make it harder for him to get it next time.
And speaking of that growth, right? So you were saying like you have your style, but you're looking to always improve. Do you see any major shifts in how you fight, or because I said this to some people before, right? I'm like, once you kind of get to that purple belt, brown belt, you are who you are with jiu-jitsu for the most part, right? You just refine it, you tighten it up, you clean up the moves. Do you see yourself still picking up and then like actually incorporating a lot of new shit, or is it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm
is a good
interested because like if you're improving, is it improving because you're shaving shit off, or because you're adding shit on?
I think most of it is refinement for me. Like I don't learn a ton of new stuff. 20 years of doing it, I've seen a ton of different stuff, and I've seen more and learned more and forgotten it, and
Right.
been like, this doesn't work for me.
Exactly.
Then stuff that is actually I can do, works for my body, works for my game.
Yep.
So a lot of it is staying good at the things that I'm good at,
Okay.
and then trying to shore up the holes in my game. Again, if I'm trying to be on my A game, I'm trying to go forward and be that top player and attack from the top and make them work. So it's trying to figure out how to get to there versus being on bottom.
You're right.
You know? I mean, I don't have a good guard. I can kind of retain guard for a while.
Gotcha.
I don't think I've tapped someone from guard for a long time. I just
Right.
want to
It's- I
sweep
get it.
and
It's
get
not,
on
it's
top.
not your game, right? It's like you're looking more for either an escape or a sweep,
Yeah.
and then just get to a better position. I mean, hell, honestly, I think that should be everybody's game. Like when it comes down to it, I get it. We know how to fight off of our back, but that's not really where you want to be. Like,
And I think that realization right there is what I came to. It's like you hear jiu-jitsu is, for the smaller guy to defeat the bigger opponent.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yes, that's true, but you don't necessarily do it from a bad position.
Correct.
Like if I can be in a good position, that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
And
100%.
it took me a long time to get out of that. I don't know if it was me thinking about it the wrong way, but like I thought, I'm this belt in jiu-jitsu, I should be able to do this
Oh, I
from
see.
whatever position
Yeah.
on this
Yeah.
guy because he's new, he doesn't know what he's doing,
Yeah.
and it's
a trap.
not reality.
It's not
a
reality
trap.
at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a trap.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. It's no way is that reality.
Even if you look at like the old Hoist Gracie, like the UFC 1 and 2, bro, he's always on top. He's trying to be on top. He'll be pulling guard if he gets somehow in that position. He's not trying to get in guard.
He immediately gets
trying
from
to-
under him, and he ends up on mount.
He's
Hell,
trying
we
to
were
hit
just
that double
watching
leg
him. Yep.
and end up in a mount.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were watching him. He rode on top of that. Was it Ikiyaki or whatever? Sukiyuki Yakaksu.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about freaking a whole nother movie. But whatever. He was beating the dog shit out of this one guy. It was a karate dude. It was UFC 2.
UFC 2.
Right. And boom, he's mounted and he's just freaking stuck to him like glue.
Yeah.
And the guy's like hugging him. He's just like holding on for dear life. He's trying to throw punches from the bottom. He has no clue.
Nothing
what
at
to do.
all.
And Hoist, yeah, he stayed on top, dude. He stayed on top the whole damn time.
Yeah.
We talked about that with Art Jimerson, right? What did he do? He just climbed up on top, and the guy was like, "Hell no, I'm good." He tapped out. It sucks.
And
to
this
have a
isn't
guy on
to
top of
say that there aren't real skilled small dudes out there who can play a sport jiu-jitsu game in like a real fight with bigger guys. There are those dudes who are magicians and just kick your ass because they're so good at that
Yes.
stuff. I'm not one of those dudes.
They're outliers.
So I've got to put myself in the best position that I can to be successful. If I'm putting myself on bottom, I already screwed up.
Yeah.
I think our whole podcast is always geared towards the hobbyist jiu-jitsu player. It's like, this is not our life, but it feels like our life. You know what I mean? It's like, I can't imagine not having jiu-jitsu in my life, but at the same time, I'm like, I got other shit I got to do.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, yeah, you're right. We're not going to be wizards at this. We get it. We're well-versed. We can speak the language of jiu-jitsu, and we can be impressed by those guys who are wizards. But
Yeah.
dude, I'm like,
And also that I
we're
think
good
that
enough for
means
government work.
yeah, they're really intending that to say like the small guy will beat a bigger guy that's untrained.
Untrained.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But if you get guys with both the same skills, come on, dude, it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be harder.
Right. So here we go. Great point. Think back to a time. Big giant ass dude shows up, but he's new.
Oh yeah.
Have they? Because I know I used to like to sick Amy on the new guys, right? But have you ever found yourself going, let me jump on this guy's ass? These big 220 guys, maybe,
Untrained?
untrained, brand
that's
new. They just throw them in the mix and they go, hey man, we're gonna let you get some practice rolls in. You ever just beat up some real big guys just to let them see
Beat
how
up?
jiu-jitsu works?
I don't know about beating anyone up, but
He used to beat me up all the time, but I wasn't big, but I was like normal. So I was like,
okay,
what was I, like 200 pounds? That's not
between
big.
175.
That's average size. 175 is average.
Fuck, then 200. So 200 plus, 200 plus. He comes in, maybe he was a football player or something like that, and they go, hey, Wes, try this guy out.
oh, I know that's going to be a bad day already for me. I just see it. That's rough. That's no matter how you cut it. I'm a smaller dude. That's going to be. I'm going to have to work really hard.
Yeah, you got to work.
Now,
That's what I noticed. You
it
got to
doesn't
work hard.
mean I'm going to. He's going to submit me.
Right.
But that's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's just the reality of it
Yeah.
for me.
Right. Okay. So
No, dude, for me, dude, that's 100% facts.
well, and this is where, because we talked about that, right? Because we really wanted to get the perspective and the mindset. So when you go into these, you're like, shit, regardless who you are, you're just some big, giant son bitch, and this is going to be a pain, right? But you're ready for it. Like, I mean, you're ready for it just because you've had so much experience. Yeah, I know you're not going to turn it down, but you come in with that, like, damn, it's going to be work.
Yeah. One thing, I try to never turn down a roll. So if someone says, hey, you want to roll?
Oh, that's good,
Like,
dude. All right.
cool, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Nice.
Like, I've accepted, no matter if I'm tired or
That's gangster.
or
dude.
what, like, all right, I'm going to go get my ass kicked now. Cool.
Dig
I
it?
say no all the time. Like, nope. Like, go get one of my blue belts.
Every now and again, I'll be like, I need
But I'm
this
old,
round.
Wes, I'm
like,
old.
Next round.
Right.
But it's always, hey,
But you're not like, nope, see you next week or some
oh,
shit.
no. It's either, yeah, let's do this, or next round, or the rare option, I've already determined I'm done for the night.
Gotcha.
Like,
Yeah,
because,
Right.
like,
so you're not going to say, I'm going to skip you, but then go roll with you.
yeah, like, I'm
Gotcha.
either done next round, or yeah, let's do this. Yeah, those bigger dudes, they're tough no matter what.
Yeah.
See, that's badass, dude. So is that so? I mean, there's a serious level of toughness to that. Is that toughness from your upbringing? Is that toughness because of the academy, because of jiu-jitsu? Was it always there? Did it develop? Like, was that just who you were always?
I don't know. I just don't want to be a bitch about it.
That's a great freaking answer.
I'm there to roll.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick and choose
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to be good at this role, so I'm going to do that one. I actually don't call people out to roll very often. I mean, I'll have normal dudes that I train with, and so I'll we'll just naturally go to each other. But I just let people come up and say, hey, you want to roll? I'm like, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
I got more. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to freaking just keep stepping on your shit, Rob.
no,
but
it's okay.
Check
It's
it, too.
okay.
Nemesis. Who's your nemesis in jiu-jitsu? Who's the guy where like, fuck, this is going to be that kind of day? Either the guy who like, one of us going to get hurt by the end of this.
Oh, I guess
We're going to
so,
be
those.
dead tired by the end of this. He's the most dangerous guy I fight, but I love fighting him. Like, who's your guy?
There's so many.
You don't want to let him know he's the guy.
I know,
Don't
right?
say it. Don't say no
There's
names.
several people who walk in that door, and I just like,
Oh, great. He's here. Yeah, I get that.
all right, and I gotta psych myself up because I know it's just gonna suck.
Right? So my guy's always it's Rex, it's Trevor, it's freaking. Believe it or not, shit. I probably shouldn't admit this because I know he's gonna freaking watch. Freaking Squirrely Mike is a pain in the ass.
Oh,
to
he is
fight.
tough. Yeah. He's
So
tough.
newer guy, blue belt now, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, but he's a multi-level black belt when it comes to grappling as a whole.
He's a
got
wrestler,
like 20, damn near 30 years worth of wrestling in. He's in great freaking shape. He's super duper explosive.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my God, I don't feel like trying to keep up.
But then you got to you got to go back to like the base of jiu-jitsu, and why some of us got into this is like self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
When you're at your worst, you may come across that situation where you got to defend yourself, someone you love.
Mm-hmm.
In a job I do, like I may not be feeling good that day, but I got to go out and perform. I'm not always at that. All right, I'm gonna go in there today and crush everybody.
Right.
I don't care who they are. Some days I don't feel that, but it's like I've got to see how I perform at those times.
At the work,
and,
right.
And you've got to do different stuff, and for me, it becomes a lot of defense and just keeping people at bay and not letting them tap me and put me out. I mean, I'll tap if someone's got me. I'll tap.
Check your ego for
absolutely.
sure. Absolutely.
But I'm trying not to let that happen.
But see, I think the better fight would be, it's not so much the big guy. We already know how the big guy fights are going to turn. They're not going to get you. They're not going to submit you if it's a guy that's not like a well-trained guy. It's just a lot of work, and maybe you don't feel like doing that work. I get it. But I bet you what would be more exciting would be another black belt, like your same size, your same age. You'd be like, oh, Wesley, it's on now. Now it's on.
We got a few.
That's good.
Yeah, we got a few at the academy, and I rolled with two of them today, and both of those rolls, actually, there was another one from another academy in, so that was three that were all pretty smaller, and it's just demoralizing.
Dude,
Trying to make something work, and
Yeah.
it doesn't work every time. Small dudes are.
like it's just as tough
It's
in a
tough.
different way. Like
Yeah.
you're
It's
getting
tough
mauled
going
in a
on.
different way than just a heavy guy smashing on you.
Stubborn, very stubborn.
Yeah.
It's like me rolling with someone, but now they're doing what I do to people, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh,
Gotcha. Right. It's like the mirror effect, right? You're
Yes.
like he's moving this way, you're moving this way. You're like, damn it, we're going in the same direction at the same time, so nobody gets the edge. Whereas if you're going against me, I'm not going to try to match you here. I'm going to try to go this way, which will allow maybe you to get around the pass or to slip out one way or the other.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Shit.
but it's also cool rolling with smaller people, or just in general people your size, because you can do things
Yes.
that you couldn't do on a bigger person.
Exactly.
And you go, oh, jiu-jitsu works.
It's
Right.
fun.
You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That sweep actually
Yeah.
works exactly the way they say it does.
It's just more fun. Like you can
Yeah.
actually express your jujitsu, more effectively against somebody your size.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, that's why they have weight classes. Hell,
Yeah.
you talked about this. This is something that you were bringing up. You were talking about, well, you said a couple things. The Facebook effect, which I'm gonna let you dig into, but then also about like, do you see weight classes soon in
Oh, yeah.
jiu-jitsu, right?
don't know.
I'm not gonna steal your glory.
I
What do
mean,
you
we're
got?
just thinking like, how things evolve so much. Jiu-jitsu has changed so much since we started. And now you have a lot of, different body types. You have a lot of women joining jiu-jitsu and you have women classes, right? I wonder if there's going to be a point, and this is just speculation, down 20 years from now, I don't know, where it's more segregated, like it's so popular, it's so mainstream. And like, oh, okay, we're going to have this small guys group here, the big freaking giant, guys here. I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
You're sort of like to the point where you're almost separating schools.
I wonder if that will ever happen. Because look, it even happens with Shark Tank sometimes. They separate it sometimes.
I have seen it happen in Shark Tank. They have a
gonna do that.
big guy and a small guy Shark Tank.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think at times
hope it doesn't.
it can be good at times, like being the smaller guy. I don't want to get smashed every time, so it is nice going with people my size.
Yeah.
But again, just back to the self-defense aspect of jiu-jitsu, you don't get to choose who you're going to fight in
100%.
the real world. So it's good to see those different body types and different sizes, different genders. I'll tell you what, the chicks, they're assassins. Like
Very technical.
chicks who do jiu-jitsu, they are like, from a small guy, I think I'm stubborn and like about getting after it.
Yeah.
The chicks are even more than the small guys, and it's super cool to see that.
Yeah, Aries actually has a pretty good ladies group.
They got a
over
lot
there,
of-
too.
lot of girls there,
Hell,
yeah.
they got some of our old killers over there.
Yeah.
They got freaking, like I said, Becca. She got
Oh,
her
yeah.
brown belt. Amy got her brown belt too. I don't know how many of the other ones I know out there, but I have. Oh wait, you know what? Isn't John's wife? Is she still out there training
Yeah,
too?
Michelle.
Yeah, she's a black belt now, isn't she? Is
Brown
she
belt.
brown? Okay.
Just rolled today. She was bringing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's, fuck, it can get dangerous.
Yeah.
It can get
No, they're
real
ruthless.
dangerous.
I love it.
That's good shit.
Now, do you like gi or no gi? What do you prefer? Or does it matter?
Am I being lazy or not lazy? Like if I want to be lazy, gi is the best because I can hold something.
Yeah.
Slow them down.
But I like no gi because it's hard for guys to hold me.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
I can slip out of stuff.
Hell yeah.
And I love guillotines, so
Oh, yeah.
it's really nice to be able to grab head and control it and go from there.
But I think rolling with the super big guy, the gi is going to be better, I think. For me, I'd rather have the gi.
For
I
sure.
think.
'Cause, I mean, you're going to be able to, like, kind of, well, see,
Got some
okay, two
control
ways,
points.
right? If you're talking about slipping out, though, if you got a big guy and you need to get help from under him, probably the no-gi.
No gi for sure, though, on that one.
But if you just need to slow him down, well, see, but do you need to slow us down?
depends.
We're already slow.
It depends. Like with anything, it depends.
Yeah,
Right.
situation.
Depends on the person.
So your mileage
Yeah,
Are
might-
I guess
they a
that-
no-gi
yeah.
dude?
I
Like,
guess that could be. Yeah.
All right.
someone who
what-
doesn't train no-gi, then I'm like, yeah, I'll take no-gi.
Yeah.
There you go. Easy money, right? So, what is your favorite submission? What do you like to do? What's your go-to so we can avoid this?
That's gonna be me on top side control, crossbody, inverted arm crush.
Oh, this is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the shit. I literally just I just taught that last week or this week, or I don't even freaking know. But absolutely, from the side, boom. I showed them how to do a nice little setup. Hit it arm crush. We called it the Meg Larice. It's funny. I just sent that to one of the Meg Larice brothers. Goes like, yeah, dude. We always used to call it the Meg Larice. But I also showed one where you hit that. If you don't hit that, you drop into a head and arm choke. And then if you don't hit the head and arm choke, you can roll it now into a freaking darce. Top side, man. Top side is where it's at.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, it's like,
Absolutely.
damn. I think only super duper old school jiu-jitsu loves like full mount. Like full mount, it's cool, but it's
I'm scared of it.
yeah. I'm about to say right
Full
because
mount
is
if you got me
it's
full
not the best
mounted,
position.
if
It's
he
really not.
got full mount on me, his knees are barely
Yeah.
touching the freaking ground and shit. I'm like, hell yeah,
We were just talking about this.
float. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Full
Especially
mount.
in no-gi. In no-gi, I think top mount is just a good position for like control, ground and
right,
pound
or
if
if
it's
you
going to
can
be a
punch 'em,
fight.
yes.
But in jiu-jitsu, it's not really that good.
Nah, because you're gonna naturally want to shoot
hard to
your
choke
arm
people.
under his neck
Yeah,
and grab
it's hard to
him, and then
choke
you
him
bump and
like
roll.
that.
I use it as a transitional
Yes.
position.
Yes.
I'll get there,
Spin a knee on the belly, pop
make
up.
them kind of go, I don't want to be here, and then I jump off before
Yeah.
they throw me off.
Hell yeah.
Because they'll throw me off if
Exactly.
I sit there.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because we all have like we've known each other for a long time. Or we all kind of think
We
the
have
same.
known.
We think the same way. Like we're all looking at
It's
this
the universal
real similar.
language, jiu-jitsu.
You're right. Is we all speak the same
The
language.
concepts are universal.
Damn,
Yes.
that's good shit. So what's next, man? Like what's the plan? Like, I mean, I don't know if you want to give your age. Wes is like 22 years old. He's young. He's
Yeah.
41.
see,
41.
yeah,
Okay,
he's
you're good,
shoot.
dude.
So what's
Yeah,
the
I
plan?
think I am 41. I'm that old now that I'm not even remembering how old I am.
So what's your 5 year? What's your 10 year? What do you see? What do you want?
Oh. I want to stay fit, keep training jits, and that's
That's it.
that's
41,
that's
you're
the
still
big
good.
plan.
Just keep the party going.
Just
Okay,
keep
wait.
doing
So,
that.
how old were you when you started jiu-jitsu?
Oh, 2005, so
20.
22.
You're 22. Okay, 22. Okay, so do you notice a difference now at 41 versus 22? Just be honest. 'Cause I have a
difference
theory.
in
Physicality.
Physically. I don't know if I was to say physicality or physically, so I tried to blend the two. Physicality.
no, because I've started working out like I work out a good amount now, do a lot of strength training, so I feel the best. That
You're
I
good
can.
right
I'm
now.
about to say you're
I told you,
actually
man.
you're
I feel
peaking
really good.
now.
40s,
yeah.
you're good.
Not everybody.
Good, dude. You're good at 40s.
But
trust
he's
me.
good, but he's got 15 to 20 years of working out.
So he should be wrecked if anything.
No.
He should be like,
he got to coast up to
No.
21, 22.
No, but I didn't start really lifting and working out until I don't know 2017 or so.
okay.
And
That's
then
about
I've
when I
only
started.
really been lifting, like focused on lifting for a few years. So it's not.
yeah, he's
I've
just
done the
he's
rest
I
of
think-
it
he's
just
jacked
jits.
right now.
Yeah, no, you're good. 40s are still 100%. Because when I started jiu-jitsu, I was 47.
Right.
And I remember that even back then, I'd be like, dude, give me the biggest guy in here. I didn't care. I was always David Sales, man, and Captain Dan. I'm like, come on, you guys, let's go. But I found now, getting older, I don't do that anymore, dude. Honestly, I really don't like rolling with those super big dudes. It's too hard on the body.
You got to pick and choose.
Gotta pick and
based
choose a
on
little
your-
bit. I
your
know
body
it's-
for that day.
Yeah.
It may be a little contrary to what we said, but when you start getting older, that's what I'm looking at is longevity in the sport. And that guy will those hard rolls, those fights,
Right.
it wears your body down, especially in the gi. Oh my god!
I think it wears it down if you're really going balls to the wall.
and you
right?
have to when they're like 60
Sometimes-
pounds heavier
well,
than
no,
you.
Sometimes if you got a guy like that, you can just ride the wave. Like you don't have to. You don't have to be like, okay, he's coming at me. I have to stop him. No, fuck that. He's coming at me. Just let him flow right over top of me. I'm just like, yep, I'm blocking. I'm not in any actual danger. He's not gonna choke me. I'm not gonna throw my arms out.
Do you always notice it's always the big dude saying that? It's no big deal.
I
You-
agree.
you-
I agree.
Wait till Chris Robinson get up. He's like, oh hell no! You try your little flow then.
Oh my god.
No, but it goes back to.
It does sound good in theory though.
It goes back to that what you were told the first day you stepped in.
Yeah.
Check your ego.
Check your
Thank
other
you.
door.
So, yeah, I'm accepting that today I'm run down. I don't have to tell him like, hey, I'm going light today.
Right.
Yeah.
Go light rod. Like I don't have to let him
Microwave.
know I'm not going 100%. It's just you accept. Hey, if they get me in a sub,
Is what it is.
I'm gonna tap.
It is
and,
what it is.
And it is what it is, and you go on. But I'd rather train with that person and train at whatever level works for me for that day than not train.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's true.
Hell yeah, dude. There's
no easy way.
There's a saying. It's sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear eats you.
It's true,
It is what
especially
it is.
when you're small. Bears are bigger.
Yeah. Damn. Well, Wes, honestly, we've been talking about getting you on forever, dude. So I appreciate you coming out here and just
Thank
shooting
you
the
guys
shit
for
with us,
having
man.
me.
Yeah.
Appreciate
And
it.
I
Oh, yeah,
kind of want to
dude,
get
that's
you.
awesome.
Right. I was like, I want to get like the old school crew and get like you on here, get a couple other guys, get Danny Sanchez and you and everybody.
Julio.
Oh my God, right?
Is
Get everybody
Danny
on the same
still,
time.
training there?
No, I meant your Julio. I meant Black Belt Julio.
No, Danny.
Danny
Sanchez?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So and he
Sanchez is
he
the student of all
epitomizes-
student black belts.
Thank
He
you.
used to just
Sanchez
mop
tough.
the floor with me
Oh, dude.
every time we roll.
Sanchez tough.
Every
he's-
time. Every single time.
Student black belt. He won't teach.
He'll come in-
shit, dude.
Oh, that's
He'll
right.
skip warm ups. He'll come in right before roll time with a cup of coffee, his shades on, walking in.
He's
All right,
got
let's
a
go.
cup of coffee, no shirt, walks in,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Come on!" And
Beats
then
everybody
freaking-
up and then leaves. See you guys.
That's it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
Sanchez
it.
is a beast.
Jumps to the Jeep and
He's
takes
tough.
off.
He's a tough dude.
Oh
man.
my God.
He's always been
Yeah,
tough.
he is.
And he was always like, so back when we rolled, he was probably had 20 pounds on me. But
Yeah.
It felt like a total
Good-
different level.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's another one who always goes, "Oh, I'm not a big guy. I'm like, Danny. He swears
He's
up and
strong,
down. He's
though.
like a
Danny is
small guy.
strong.
I'm like, dude, you're like a $170 at least, right? That's
He's
not
quite, no, he's
small.
like 185 right now.
Yeah,
He's,
probably.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody tries to say, "Oh, that's small." Dude, that's not freaking small. I'm not saying you're giant, but you're not freaking small. Give me a
Trevor,
break.
Trevor would say, "Danny, you're like the strongest, like plain-looking guy I've ever seen." he just like he doesn't look like he works out, but Sanchez
yeah.
is strong, dude.
Oh, no, these freaking firefighters, dude. Like, they're like monsters.
Oh, yeah, that's what it
They're a
is.
bunch of strong some bitches.
Yeah.
Damn. Anyway, everybody, check it out because we're just going to keep having fun. We're hoping you're enjoying this. I mean, we definitely want you guys to like and subscribe, comment. If you know this guy, be like, "Oh, yeah, I know this guy. He beat me up. He broke my other ankle." You know?
Almost broke my collarbone.
Yeah, he got his collarbone. He got my ankle all jacked up.
Hey, man,
Really
but you
cool
know what?
guy.
You can tell. I know Wes is legit. Well, number one, he's legit. I've known him for a long time.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, let me see your fingers.
Oh, he's got the,
Yeah,
he's
he got the
crunch-
nodules. He
crunched
got the
up knuckles.
nodules. Yeah.
But
He
no
got the
cauliflower
jujitsu
here,
nodule.
right?
You got collar?
Oh, damn.
Oh man, Wes.
Oh, you're too tough for me, dude.
Just one side.
Just, yeah.
So I had it drain one time, and it filled right back up. And so I'd heard, "Oh, have it bolstered."
Where they like squeeze it and lock
yeah,
it in place.
they lance it, they get all the
All the
all
juice.
the junk out,
Yeah.
and then they sew it from each side. I made it about 2 days, and I said, "Take this out."
Pull that shit out,
It
right?
hurt so bad.
It's probably like trying to fill up and it was pressure or something.
Oh, it was horrible. And yeah,
So-
after that, I was like, whatever.
I still said, actually, I think I sent out a Instagram post or something to somebody the other day. I was like, 25 years, I could still be a freaking ear model, dude. I got nothing.
Look at those buttes.
Did yours happen just like over time? You just noticed you got collie, or was there one traumatic incident like, oh crap, I got collie?
There's about like three times I remember where it hit and filled up immediately.
Oh, okay. I had that happen once,
Oh, my
but I didn't
God.
really get it though.
See, now I'm sitting here talking all this shit. Watch me go in next week, and I'm going to get busted in the head, and it's going to swell up.
Yeah.
I think like certain people lead with their head or something, and that's how they get
Right?
it.
Yeah.
Because why would I only have it on one
On
side?
one side, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Maybe it's the
true.
way you pass or something,
That's true.
especially with
Yeah.
the gi.
Like
Those
some people
Shark
get
Tank
it from
keys,
the
they-
grind, and other people get it from the hard impact. I don't know. You know what it is? Because I
see, I don't
always,
pass like that.
I always like try to play like
Yeah,
a
me
light
too. I'm
game.
far away.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I'm
try
not
to
in that
get
grinding. Yeah, I don't like
mushed
that.
up. I hate that shit.
Steamroller.
Yeah.
Steamroll.
Steve
That's like
rolling,
Sanchez. He does that.
baby.
And he's got it too.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Well, obviously, this is the shit for all of us, right? I mean, that's why we do it, man. This is jiu-jitsu. You're never going to let it stop. You're never going to stop doing jiu-jitsu. You're going to do this until you're in the dirt because it's important to you. And like we say, like when things are important to you, you'll find a way. You've always been finding a way to do it. 20 years? Damn, about 20,
Yeah,
right?
20 years.
That's
and
gangsta.
Consistent since 08. So.
Yeah, well, you know,
see.
everybody has a brief hiatus. Happens because you're hurt, because you're this, because you're
Yeah,
that.
you gotta train through the injuries.
There you go.
Train around it, work around it.
Absolutely.
But, get in there and train.
Or as you
you
say,
go.
don't be a bitch. So,
Now everyone's gonna make me pay for that
hurt.
now. They're
I
gonna
got
be like,
some-
I want you.
Yeah. I mean, all this.
it's important to you. That's why you find a way. If you didn't, you'd find an excuse. You'd be
Find
like,
an
oh my
excuse.
God, I can't do it. You know, I got cauliflower ear, so I quit. Nah, That's not you, dude. Look, I even kept rolling when he broke my leg, and he destroyed my whole left leg. It was just trash. I was in traction. I still got on the mat.
That's pretty funny. I do remember that food.
Thank you.
Big old medical food. I remember that.
I'm glad you remember that.
I think it traumatized me so much I blocked it out.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Hey, I still love you, man. I appreciate you. So, everybody, like I said, get out there, like, subscribe, freaking comment, share this with everybody. This is a good one. I had fun.
We're good, man. We'll check you guys out next week. In the meantime, keep training.
Yes, sir.
Us.
Us.